We're explaining how to resolve the could not create SSL TLS Secure Channel error in ASP.NET. This frustrating error usually pops up when your application tries to connect to a secure resource over HTTPS and the connection fails. Let's troubleshoot this step by step. 1. Check server certificates. The most common culprit is an issue with the server's SSL certificate. Make sure the server certificate is valid, hasn't expired, and is trusted by your system. You can check this using a browser. If the browser shows warnings about the certificate, your application will likely have trouble too. If the certificate is self-signed or from an untrusted source, you might need to add it to your system's trusted certificate store, though this is generally not recommended for production environments. 2. Verify firewall and proxy settings. Firewalls and proxy servers can sometimes block secure connections. Ensure that your firewall allows outbound connections on ports 443, HTTPS, and possibly others, depending on your application's configuration. Similarly, check your proxy settings. If you're behind a proxy, make sure it's configured correctly and allows secure connections to the target server. 3. Examine the server's SSL configuration. The server itself might have misconfigurations in its SSL settings. Ensure the server supports the TLS protocols used by your application. Older protocols like SSL 3.0 are insecure and should be disabled. Commonly used protocols include TLS 1.2 and higher. Your server administrator will need to address this. 4. Check for network connectivity issues. A simple yet often overlooked cause is a network problem. Make sure your application can reach the target server. Test this by pinging the server's hostname or IP address. Also check for network outages or DNS resolution issues. 5. Review client-side configuration. Your ASP.NET application itself might have incorrect settings. Check the connection string or client configuration file for any typos or invalid parameters related to the SSL connection. Ensure the correct hostname or IP address is specified, and verify that the service point manager is configured correctly if you are working with custom configurations. 6. Investigate trust store issues. If your application uses a custom trust store, ensure that it's configured correctly and contains the necessary trusted certificates. Inconsistent or incorrect configurations here can cause connection failures. 7. Update .NET framework and libraries. An outdated .NET framework or related libraries could lack necessary SSL TLS support or contain bugs that cause connection issues. Ensure you're using a recent supported version of the .NET framework. 8. Examine event logs. Detailed error messages often hide in the Windows event logs. Check the application logs and the system logs for clues about what went wrong during the SSL TLS handshake. These logs can provide more specific error codes that can assist in diagnosing the problem more precisely. By systematically checking these aspects, you should be able to identify and resolve the could not create SSL TLS Secure Channel error in your ASP.NET application. Remember to restart your application after making any changes to the configuration.